Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Erika Jayne gets candid about her ugly side. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Erika Jayne joined the cast in 2015 for season 6. As she was introduced as Mrs. Girardi, the marriage was short-lived, as 5 years later, the Rob alum left that marriage. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 15 premieres on Bravo on Thursday, December 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Cast members including Sutton Stracke, Erika Jayne, Kyle Richards, Dorrit Kemsley, and Bazoma St. John are reportedly returning. Jayne faced several accusations during her time in the show, including a fellow co-star accusing her of being callous towards the victims of Tom Girardi's embezzlement scandal. In her newest appearance on No BS Convos with Colette podcast, the television personality admitted that she has always been vulnerable and honest in front of the camera, saying, "This isn't a character. There are ugly sides of my personality that have come out." The television personality recently opened up about how being in front of the camera felt in her newest appearance on No BS Convos with Colette podcast. Erika recalled how she went through the worst part of her life on television, and she is now putting her life back together, a process that is still ongoing. "I would do things like I would get a good job or I would have my Vegas residency, and I would see these people just tear it down and just try to dig at you. It's like, hold on, guys, I'm out here trying to rebuild my life one brick at a time, and we don't need that." In the podcast session, Erika gave a candid explanation of how being a part of reality television can be both brutal and liberating at the same time. "I am Erika. I did go through these horrible things, and so people are very familiar with my story, and it can be hard sometimes. When you see the super hateful things coming out like that, the lines get blurred sometimes. I was keeping the walls up. It's show business and you are the show, but there is also great freedom. You shouldn't criticize someone. Dust yourself up and get back up there." The Rob alum also shed some light on the upcoming season 15 drama, pointing out that others should be happy when one of them succeeds in life. "There is enough food at the table for all of us. We can all support each other honestly and openly. Just because one of us succeeds doesn't mean you aren't going to. Let's be happy for one another when one of our friends or one of our acquaintances, somebody you don't even know, a woman, steps out and is successful. Just, be happy for her." As the newest season is right around the corner, viewers will see more of Jayne's love life with John Shrek McPhee. Stay tuned for more updates. Erika Jayne has always understood the power of a persona. Long before the diamonds, the latex bodysuits, and the towering stilettos, she crafted Erika Jayne as the unapologetic alter ego who could say the unsayable, perform the unimaginable, and embody the fantasy her real life didn't always allow. But the woman behind the gloss, Erika Girardi, has spent the last few years facing a far less glamorous reality, one that demanded honesty, humility, and a level of vulnerability she once vowed she'd never show. Now, after stepping back from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills spotlight, Erika Jayne is talking. Really talking. And in a newly released interview that's already sending tremors through Bravo fandom, she gets more candid than ever about what she calls her ugly side. "It's not the side of me people saw on stage," she admits. "It's the side that comes out when I'm scared, when I'm cornered, when I feel like everything I built is collapsing. That part of me isn't pretty, but it's real." The cracks in the Ice Queen. For years, Erika Jayne cultivated a reputation as the franchise's Ice Queen, a diamond-studded fortress who refused to cry on command, apologize on demand, or open the gates unless she decided the moment was right. But those defenses shattered during her final seasons on Rob, when a swirl of personal and legal turmoil cast a harsh spotlight on every facet of her life. "I felt exposed," she says, "not just emotionally but spiritually. People wanted answers I didn't have. They wanted contrition for things I didn't do. And I reacted. I snapped. I shut down. I got angry. That's the ugly side I'm talking about." The admission is surprisingly direct for a woman whose public statements have often been parsed like legal documents. But in this new, stripped-down season of her life, Erika seems determined to take control of the narrative, not by rewriting it, but by revealing the pieces she once hid. She leans back, thinking, "People forget something," she adds. "When you're drowning, you don't look graceful. You kick, you thrash, you fight for the surface. My fight wasn't pretty. A public fall, a private reckoning." The world watched Erika battle castmates, defend herself, and bristle at accusations that cut deeper than edited episodes could ever show. But what the cameras didn't capture was the quiet aftermath, the isolation that set in once the lights dimmed and the microphones were packed away. "After filming, I'd go home and sit in a silent house," she recalls. "It was the first time in years I could hear my own thoughts. And what I heard wasn't flattering." She describes nights pacing her living room, days when she'd skip meals because she felt too knotted up with anxiety, and moments when she questioned everything, from her instincts to her identity. "I ask myself, who am I without all the noise?" And I didn't like the first few answers. It was during these quieter, harsher moments that she encountered the version of herself she now calls her ugly side, the one who lashed out defensively, shut down emotionally, and tried to outrun shame that wasn't fully hers to carry. I had to sit with her, this angry, frightened woman who'd been buried under wigs and beats and choreography. She wasn't a villain. She was wounded. The woman behind the persona. For fans, Erika Jayne has always been larger than life. Glamour on steroids, a walking pop anthem. But during her candid reflection, she seems almost stripped of her armor. No stage makeup. No camera-ready waist trainer. No curated persona. "People thought Erika Jayne was fake," she says. "But she's real. She's just not the whole picture. She's the glossy part, the fantasy, the performer." The cracks in the fantasy, she explains, came from trying to use a persona to survive real life. That's where the ugly part comes in. I tried to solve real pain with performance, and life doesn't respond to choreography. She likens it to being on stage and forgetting the next 8 counts. You freeze. Your body moves before your brain does. You're improvising, and that's when the truth shows. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's not. Lessons from the unraveling. In hindsight, Erika says the hardest part wasn't the public scrutiny, it was the internal reckoning. In losing control of the narrative, she was forced to face pieces of herself she never invited into the spotlight. "I learned that strength isn't always stoic," she says. "Sometimes strength is saying, 'I was wrong there,' or 'I handled that badly,' or 'I was hurting more than I admitted.'" She pauses, considering her next words carefully. "I handled some things on the show in ways I regret. Not because people didn't like it, but because I didn't like who I was in those moments."